This is Hannibal here from the HannibalTV.com. Raw did a zero point 0.5 rating this week from Ottawa. I did do a watch along on it for anyone that wants to watch. By the way, Trish Stratus was backstage at Raw and met with Triple H, but was not used on the show. Before I get into what Tony Khan's big announcement on Dynamite was, Billy Graham posted an update. Well, his webmaster posted an update from his wife Valerie, where he basically says he's still in the hospital. He's lost more weight. He had already lost 45 pounds, but they've upgraded his diet, and she started bringing him food. He has two more MRIs, or he has an MRIs again in 2 weeks related to his latest infection. He's been very tired. He's been going through hell. He had lost his hearing at one point, but his hearing's coming back. He was on dialysis at one point. This guy is a crazy fighter. He's extremely tough. And by the way, he actually boxed in Madison Square Garden before. Many people don't know this. But not only did he take on arm wrestlers from the crowds, holds the record for most main event consecutive sellouts in Madison Square Garden, more than Hulk Hogan, more than Bruno, consecutive, not of all time. But that's still pretty damn good. And he has a GoFundMe under Billy Graham for anyone that wants to search that. But the old guys were tough, but now apparently the new guys aren't quite as tough. I mean, I'm not making light of it, but I guess one of Tony Khan's announcements was, the major announcement was AEW is going to have a reality show called All Access premiering after Dynamite in March. And apparently part of this All Access is going to be Adam Cole's road back from his concussion. And I'm sorry, I've had so many concussions. I really don't have sympathy. And UFC fighters get concussions every week. And there's not reality series about the road back. I interviewed a guy last week, a true hero that lost his leg in combat and still went back as an active duty Green Beret. And another time, his name is Nick Lavery, from Boston. Another time he had a grenade hit his back and he still wanted to continue the battle. And another time he got shot in the face and he didn't even go home. He stayed fighting. So I don't know. I just think wrestlers are more pussies these days. Yes, concussions are serious, but give me a break. It's part of the job. I mean, when I wrestled Sabu, I got a concussion in the pre-match thing, in the pre-match vignette in the ring. And then because Teddy Long had changed the way the card was supposed to be, originally the pre-match thing with Sabu was supposed to be first, and then the match with Sabu was going to be a few matches later. But I remember going in the back was spinning around me. I had blood pouring out from under my masks that the fan were saying was concussion, was like ketchup, but in reality it was blood. And I went back out there and had the match with my head spinning around. And then I wrestled the next week. And not only that, but Teddy Long made me drive to go pick up his DJ friend that brought him weed from a different town as well. So I even drove long distances after having a serious concussion. So I don't have sympathy for people that get paid and take months off due to concussions. I'm sorry. It's part of the job. I want to hear like tough stories these days about like a true hero like that Green Beret. Like those are the guys I have respect for, not spoiled athletes that they get paid for sitting at home. Someone says Tony Khan looks stupid as fuck trying to diss Ariel Helwani. He did this on the same day, I think, that Rampage got its lowest rating of all time, 0.07. Yeah, how about we do a documentary on everything Billy Graham's been through and fought through and is still alive and is a true survivor and a true legend. Chuggler would agree with me that the wrestlers today just aren't as tough. You spin me around. I've had a few concussions where it seems like things are spinning around, but I remember going to the back and be after that one. That was actually one of my worst concussions because I remember 2 days later I went to the gym, and it was the only time I've ever actually got inside the gym and had to leave, because I remember I started to do back pull downs and I started getting that spinning feeling again. And Sean Stasiak can actually collaborate on this because he's a chiropractor from Dallas. And I was talking to him about this, and he actually got me an appointment with a brain specialist, but it wasn't going to be covered under my medical insurance. So I ended up going back to Canada the next week, but after wrestling again. But anyways, that was one of my scariest concussions because it lasted like a couple days, and the effects lasted over a week after, and there's no doctors in the back on the indie scene. I'm just saying that, like, I went back to work right away, and that was one of my worst ones. So I don't have pity for someone that gets paid hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, to sit at home. I don't think Benoit's thing was caused by concussions, because there's a hell of a lot of people out there that have concussions that don't kill their wife and kids. That's a lame ass, shitty excuse that his fans make up. How many people have concussions and go kill their kids and their wife? That's the lamest, most bullshit excuse ever. Someone is making a joke. Mike says, "Oh, that's all AEW needs is another show." Supposedly, there's even another show coming out. Where is Miro? He's one of the people, along with Andrade and Jake the Snake and Lance Archer and a host of others that just sit at home and get paid. CM Punk. They just sit at home and collect a paycheck. That's why it's a sweet. I'm not hating on Tony Khan. He's giving lots of people paydays, whether they work for it or not. But yeah, yet another show. I've heard all the conspiracy theories on Benoit. Yes, I have. And I'm sorry the topic got brought up because I believe he's guilty. Someone says the AEW YouTube shows are particularly unwatchable. Pacing is terrible. Well, I don't want to I'm not going to watch any more wrestling this week. I watched 5 hours of wrestling between Raw Monday and NXT last night, and I'm burnt out. Tomorrow at 7, I did a great interview with Supermouth Dave Drayson today, former manager of the Sheik. One of the most fun interviews and hilarious interviews ever. As Piper wants to come say hi. Especially the story about the guy shitting his pants while wrestling the Sheik and the Sheik beating him up in the dressing room after. I hadn't heard that one before. And tomorrow, Alan Funk Kiwi at 7 p.m. and Friday around 10 p.m. Tugboat, Typhoon, Shockmaster, whatever you want to call them. By the way, tell me your favorite Tugboat, Typhoon, or Shockmaster match in the comments. Sorry. Don't know why I'm coughing. Benoit was demon possessed. Someone was surprised they canceled Raw for Benoit. Doug says when Breaker goes to the main show, could I see Paul Heyman managing him? Sorry. Piper's making me cough for some reason. No, I really think they should make Breaker a baby face. I think Breaker has the most potential, honestly, of anyone, including Logan Paul and Cody Rhodes, to be a big baby face, to be the closest they've come to John Cena in a long time. I was highly impressed. Out of the two nights, I did the watch along for both the Raw and NXT. The best thing I saw from either show was Braun Breaker against Jinder Mahal. I think Tugboat was in Florida, but I'll research him more in the coming days. That will be a live stream, and he will answer some fan questions. How much does Paul Heyman weigh? I don't know. He goes up and down in weight. John Moxley looked like he's gained some weight in there against Evil Uno tonight. Great main event for Dynamite. And the clip that I saw, Evil Uno did a great leg slap. Wonderful leg slap. In all my kickboxing training, and I did a little bit of Taekwondo when I was a kid, I never was taught about slapping your leg when you kick somebody. Maybe that was why I never became a K1 kickboxer or Glory kickboxer. Nobody ever taught me the trick of slapping your leg. Mind you, I don't think I've ever seen a professional kickboxer slap their leg either. So strange. I don't know.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click